I think it's pretty clear that the time for conversation is over.
All we did was set up a table.
Yeah, he set up a table trying to debate people, and this was their response. All of this is we are seeing an absolutely insane resurgence of left-wing political violence and insane takes by leftist liberal establishment types that are trying to excuse it and still somehow blame it on right-wingers. All of this as the FBI has a very difficult job right now giving us the full details of what actually happened to Charlie Kirk, as major commentators like Joe Rogan have their own questions surrounding the particular events, what happened. As some people say, the questions aren't valid. Some people are. I think there's some theories that deserved to be debunked. Some of them deserved to be investigated. Who's really right here? As of course, a lot of people are responding, doing their own investigations. And some of the stuff that I've been seeing is very compelling, trying to understand what in the world actually happened here, as we're finding out that the FBI investigation is soon about to be wrapped. Now, when it is wrapped, are we going to be getting some answers to the many questions that we have? We hope so, in order to end a lot of the theories here. Of course, as those theories grow, based on the incompetence of government that clearly hasn't been doing the best of jobs here. And there were multiple mistakes, as there's multiple big looming questions that even the likes of Joe Rogan are asking very seriously. If you appreciate these types of videos, subscribe, click the notification button. We greatly appreciate all the time you spend with us. All of this, as there's a major incident now unfolding in Texas, where it looks like a lunatic shut up an ICE facility, as MSNBC is up to their usual tricks, just like they were during the Charlie Kirk assassination, saying, yeah, but his rhetoric, though, yeah, but he said mean things, as now they're saying, yeah, it's really right-wingers that are responsible for the left-wing messages on the bullet casings, which seem to be an overwhelming theme here, as these new layers of politically targeted, violent attacks all have the same type of similar casing writings, which previously wasn't really happening before, but now it's becoming pretty evident that that is a major hallmarker of what some people call psyops and what some people call this new crazy political landscape. Now, which one do you actually believe in? I think it's worth delving into and asking questions about all of these particular scenarios. But it's pretty clear here, the left has a very violent problem. All right? Especially with how MSNBC is reacting. Hillary Clinton, we had the governor of California also on air, just hyperbolic, nonsensical ramblings. People automatically being like, it's right-wingers. And I'm like, oh, goodness. Can we just wait until the details come in here and then we can make an assessment? All of this as Trump's assassin was just found guilty. His daughter was seen screaming and running from the courthouse when the guilty verdict was read. And it looks like he tried to also self-exit with a pen and failed to do so, as people stopped him from doing so, as people were saying that there's still some questions surrounding the assassination attempts on Donald Trump that have not been officially answered. And now enter this major event that happened with Charlie Kirk, as Joe Rogan has decided to specifically, I mean, the whole video is about 10 minutes long. We're not going to play the whole 10-minute long video. We'll go over the beginning part where Joe Rogan has some questions about what looks like either an especially deranged, crazy person or someone who should be questioned a little bit more here. Specifically, he brings up George Zinn, as he talks about how this guy has been bringing up multiple bomb threats, as he's asking, why was he even there? And that case, I mean, that's just weird. I mean, he literally talked about, oh yeah, I also have adult content with children on my phone. What? What in the hell is going on here? As that's the questions that Joe Rogan has here.
Let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird shit going on with this.
I know.
First of all, there was that one guy who was the decoy. All right, so you got this guy who's an older guy who starts yelling out. Didn't he take his pants down? He took his pants down?
I think I don't know if his pants just fell down or they were down, but he was seen with his pants walking around his ankles screaming, "Shoot me, shoot me!" And then confessing towards taking out Charlie, and then later admitting, "Oh yeah, I was just there to try to throw law enforcement off." What? That was your... Did you just decide to do that in the moment? Were you on some discords? Were you in some furry trans discords? As Discord also gave some confusing answers here publicly and then to the feds that contradicted themselves.
This guy was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombings.
All the hits.
I don't know if he actually was personally, but I know he called in a fake bomb threat to the Boston bombings that I was reporting on. And I remember hearing about all these bomb threats going off everywhere, and it was a hellish type of scenario to report on.
Called in a fake bomb at another place. And then he did this at this thing. Right after, so somehow or another, this guy has the state of mind that the moment someone gets shot, he yells out and says, I did it, and takes his pants down or something like that. I don't know exactly what he did.
Yeah, that's the weird part. It's like, were you just there to be a disturbance? And then when, like, what were you doing there initially? Like, that's what I want to know. Before playing the rest of this clip and debunking some of the theories and then talking about some of the legitimate theories, we wanted to tell you about wearechange.shop. Lots of people aren't doing too well. Magnesium is one of the things that helps a lot of people feel better, and it helps their bodies actually work like they're supposed to work. Lots of people are deficient in magnesium, don't even know it. It's very difficult to test for magnesium deficiencies, but I always recommend people take more of a holistic type of approach and start to eat whole foods, whole vegetables, and start to have a proper diet, start to sleep. And a lot of the processes in the body, things like vitamin D, cannot be processed without proper magnesium levels. So magnesium, more important than ever. Rob Schneider just posted this on Twitter saying, you need magnesium, as he posted this short clip of some of the benefits of magnesium.
And your boobs drop so low they're practically shaking hands with your waist, take magnesium citrate. If your vagina smells like a sewer, take magnesium orotate. If your belly is bigger than a 7-month pregnant woman's, take magnesium carbonate. The best magnesium to use for sleep is magnesium glycinate. If you're constantly bloated, you need magnesium carbonate. If you have painful indigestion, you need magnesium oxide.
Yeah, multiple forms of magnesium. That's a pretty crazy video. We have magnesium glycinate. I think we only have 10 in stock. I shouldn't have promoted this. Let's see. Anyway, get them while supplies last. Magnesium glycinate. I take it. I've been making a concerted effort to take it. My sleep score has been going up. And I think that's predominantly because of this. But also, you know, you got to wind down before you go to sleep. You got to wear the blue blockers. You got to try to maybe read a book. Try to get off your phone. And try to, like, relax and try to ease your mind, calm down your mind, and meditate if you have to. Try to not take caffeine. Try to not eat or drink before going to sleep. Anything, many hours beforehand. But that's just multiple tips. I have a video on lukeunfiltered.com about how to properly hack your sleep. So go check that out if you're a member of lukeunfiltered.com. But if you're looking for a cheat code, I think magnesium glycinate is a perfect cheat code. Check it out. Only $29. Only a few of them left in stock. Get them while supplies last. Can't thank you guys enough for supporting this independent media organization by checking out and doing your own homework and research on things like magnesium. Okay. Now let's continue on with the rest of this clip that I think is important.
Then, ready for this? He gets arrested for child porn.
Yeah. That's the crazy part. And he admitted to it himself.
Right after this happened?
Oh, right away. He's in jail for child porn. Why is that? Well, now you can't interview him.
Right. He's got, right.
Right. And because when the internet people start going, how are you at all these different things? Like, what are the odds? Like, if someone ran it through one of the ChatGPT fucking perplexity things, like, what are the odds that this guy would be at all those different events and be involved? Like, zero.
This is the guy?
Yeah.
I just like that the pants down part is just insane to me. It's like, why is your dick out, dude? I did it.
Listen, I'm not saying this guy isn't insane. He's clearly insane.
Yeah.
Or not. Or he's professionally insane.
Right.
That's
Well,
where it
I
gets
almost-
squirrely.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the feds handle. This guy is Jason Basler here, wrote 10 questions that still need to be answered about George Zinn. My first question that I was asking is what he's asking. Why was he there? Was he just a fan of Charlie Kirk? Was he planning to disrupt Charlie Kirk? Why were his pants out? I don't know. He could have had a loose belt, and there could have been altercations with police that, had him like tumble, or I don't know. That could be explained with just him just either just pulling his pants down too and being like, look at me, whoa, I did it. And early reports were like, okay, they got him. And then they were like, okay, we got somebody else. Then they're like, oh no. And then they're like, okay, now we're looking for this person. I'm like, that just looks very sloppy from the FBI's type of work here. Very sloppy handling words being used here. Now, people are asking, did he have knowledge? Was this coordinated? Why did he falsely confess? Is he just crazy? Was he on any kind of therapeutics, SSRIs? Was he trying to implicate himself? Was he trying to self-harm? He claimed he wanted to be a martyr, but there's no connections with them and the shooter. And then he just told investigators, look what I got. I got children being hurt here on my phone. What? He was taken to the hospital. They took him into custody. Now, what actually happened there? What did he say? That's the weird part. And again, he has a long history of arrest and disruptive behavior. Was he just absolutely crazy? I mean, it could just be explained by him just being one of the craziest people out there. But the FBI has now the tough job of saying, okay, now we're going to explain everything what's going on here. Now, during this kind of 8-10 minute clip here, where Joe Rogan's kind of going off here, he talked about a number of things, not just about this quote strange decoy, but he talked about how this, quote, modern-looking rifle was apparently from World War I, no serial code. There's conflicting news about if he dismantled it, if he didn't dismantle it. There's another video that I think perfectly describes what happened here. Now, Joe Rogan says there's no drone footage. I mean, yeah, there's no drones. Security wasn't that advanced for Charlie Kirk, so I could see that just being perfectly explained. People are saying, was he the patsy? Was there other people involved here? That's the bigger question that I think a lot of people have here. Tim Pool even says, I have bigger questions about whether he was involved here or not. And then Joe Rogan says, the official story, the story is horse-ish. None of the things make any sense to him here. Now, this is a video of the surveillance camera of him walking down. Now, my question is, why don't we get the video of him actually firing the shots? I mean, that would dispel a lot of the rumors. There's a lot of alleged firearms, sniper experts talking about how the shots came from behind him. There's Candace Owens that was literally hypothetically talking about how there was something underneath and there was someone from a tunnel that maybe could have taken the shots here. Again, I haven't taken it that far. Some people are saying it's a little bit ridiculous to think that there was a trapdoor underneath Charlie that took him out. But in this new kind of day and age where people are left to fill in the gaps here without all of the data, all of the information, I mean, what did you kind of expect was going to happen here? I want this full video to be released. I want to see the shots taken. I want to see all the details here. Now, there's very interesting footage of him kind of walking around allegedly with the rifle. Some people are saying this was impossible. Some people are saying it's not. The coroner responded to the other line of questioning from Joe Rogan by saying, first of all, Joe Rogan, we know he did not disassemble it after shooting. Video evidence proves this, quote, without a doubt. Second of all, simply removing the scope and reattaching it would take about 2 minutes. Now, Mark Kester did a very interesting video where he actually took a very similar rifle, and he hit it on himself. And as you could see here in this particular video, he has the rifle hidden on himself. Now, a lot of people are like, well, it was down his pants leg. Well, actually, he is coming out with a hypothesis that it's wasn't just in his pant leg, it was also above his shirt. And he had it here, right by his armpit. All right. So he's showing, like, this is how I would look if I was hiding the rifle, and the rifle was somewhat in my pants and then also in my upper body as well here. And that's why the distinctions kind of matter. And that's why people are saying, well, that's how he was able to bend his legs and kind of move around here. And then he talked about assembling it. He talked about how quick it was to assemble. He talked about how he could have used the boot bag for support here, and then how he just walked off the roof, and then he kind of scurried and then left the screwdriver with his alleged DNA there. Then he decided to take a towel, and then with that towel, he said this is how he was probably hiding it. Now, again, this video footage, very grainy, right? Very hard and difficult to see. A lot of people are saying, well, you know, he just didn't have anything on him. Well, this is also a very low resolution video. As Matt here says, okay, I'm not going to go into the public with the towel wrapped around a rifle. So he took a tripod. Now, granted, the tripod was all black. It was a little bit skinnier, but then he showed from far away surveillance camera how it looked and how it would be distorted by a low resolution video camera. And he was walking around with this tripod with a towel over it, and and he was just highlighting how, look, the video kind of, you know, doesn't really clearly show that I have a tripod in my hand here. And that's how he explained a lot of this. And I think this is understandable. Now, a lot of people are talking about the magic bullet theory. I think it was a mistake, and I criticize this automatically, to talk about he was Superman and he was so strong. And I'm like, you don't need to say all that, right? The bullets, especially when they're inside of bodies, they work in very strange ways. A lot of people automatically were like, no way could someone take a 30-06. And again, what also matters is the type of grain, the type of bullet, distance, bone is tough, but is it tough enough to deal with that? So I was originally wrong because I thought he got shot here and the bullet kind of ricocheted here. It looks like he did get shot in the neck. It looks like the official version of events is that it hit his vertebrae, and the bullet kind of went all around his body, went into his heart, and stayed. So allegedly, there still is a bullet that was found underneath his skin after traveling around and being broken up in his body. We're going to see what they say about the kind of autopsy reports here. Now, again, I think Matt Kester does a good explanation. As far as ballistics and how they work inside of your body, I'm not a ballistics expert. A lot of people are saying, no, it is just crazy to think that 30-06 did that in a human body. I'm saying bullets do a lot of weird stuff. All right? I'm not a bullet expert. And I got a lot of flack. They're like, do you believe that? I don't think Charlie Kirk's producer has a reason to lie, to be quite honest with you, right? Now, a lot of the kind of dispelling of the theories could be done pretty easily. Now, should we stop asking questions? Hell no. I think a lot of the questions are legitimate. Our government lies to us about a lot of stuff. And now they're saying, what's really going on here with this official story? I still find the text messages very weird. I want to understand the bullet. I want to understand the grain. I want to understand the bullet trajectory. I want to understand where it went. I want to understand the autopsy. I want to understand and see the full CCT footage. And I think the federal government needs to answer all those questions. Now, according to Redacted, they're about to wrap up the investigation and say, yep, it was just one guy. Listen, the text messages are weird. And whether it's the furry lover, that, by the way, just like moved places, whether it's the furry lover kind of staging it in order to kind of obfuscate his involvement or other people's involvement or other liberals or other like radicals or other people in the Discord's involvement in all of this, that's also probable theory. Now, the FBI a couple days ago says, we're going to investigate everything. We're going to give you all the details. We're going to release it to the general public. I'm like, okay, I hope so. I really do. We need that more than ever. Now, will they release all the data? I hope so. This is what Redacted had to say, highlighting some of his frustrations surrounding all of this.
This is outrageous, and I'm pretty furious about it. but I did want to come in and report what I just learned from a high-level source. This is confirmed, by the way, at the highest levels, that this is about to happen. The FBI, according to my source, is about to wrap up their investigation into the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They're done. And they are set to announce that Tyler Robinson is the lone gunman.
Now, that could actually be the case here, but a lot of people don't believe that, and it's up to the FBI to prove that. Will they? What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you for everyone supporting independent media. Support your own health journey. Get some magnesium glycinate. We got some magnesium spray too. Do your own homework and research before putting anything into your body. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys supporting independent media, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.